Hey, today I have a super easy negative nail art tutorial for you. This is really easy. I wanted to start off with a basic negative nail art tutorial before going into something that's a little bit more complicated. So here I just took some nail striping tape. I bought mine on eBay, but you can find them at many different locations. A lot of nail stores or nail online websites sell them, but you can find it all over. And then I took a small section of it and I placed it wherever I wanted on the nail. I had decided that there's going to be a little bit of negative space at the base of my nail, and then the rest of my nail will be all colored. So that is why I placed the nail striping tape in that specific location. And then I chose a neutral nail color. I chose a neutral color because the line, I wanted to make sure it looked sharp, and I felt like with a neutral color you could see more of like a sharp line. When you had something that was really dark or really light, you could see some inconsistencies with the lines in case it bled. And because this is one of the first times I had done a negative nail design, I wanted to make sure to just practice first. And then I just painted a really thick layer. I painted it all the way up to where the tape was before even touching the tape, just to make sure that I could get sort of my edges right and just make it look all smooth. And then I went straight up to the tape and painted directly over it, just going over on top of it. You don't want to push the nail polish into the tape because then that's how it bleeds underneath. You want to just paint sort of on top of it. And then I went in almost as like a second coat right away and just made that nail polish even thicker because I wanted to take off the nail tape right away and I needed to have an opaque layer first before I could do that. So that's why I decided to go in with a really thick first and second coat. And then I just ripped the nail tape off. As you can see, the faster you do it after you've just painted your nail, the more smooth of a line you'll get. So it's just trial and error. Just keep testing it out, see what way works best for you. You might even want to just use regular tape or anything that's just really sticky and is going to prevent the nail polish from bleeding underneath. And I just continued along and did all of my nails. I tried to keep the same distance on all of them, but you can definitely switch it up. You could do different designs and different lengths and different heights. Just because I did all of them the same doesn't mean you need to, and as I said, you could pick any color really. It's just personal preference. And then I felt like it looked kind of plain and I wanted to add something else to it, so I took some sparkles that I actually purchased on eBay. I will link them in the description bar below. You can find them sort of all over eBay. There's many different versions. And then I painted a quick dry top coat onto my nail, and before that could dry, I took my dotting tool and just took one single sparkle and I put it directly onto the line. A lot of them kind of were a little bit higher or lower than each other, but they're so tiny that you really couldn't see a difference, and I felt like it just added a really unique element to it. It made it a little bit more fun, and the sparkles that I chose were sort of like an iridescent sparkle, so they looked black but they shimmered in like a green or purple, so it just added almost like a pop of something in the middle of my nail, and I really enjoyed the way it looked. The sparkles lasted really well because I put them right into the top coat when it was wet, and then as you can see on some of them, I actually went in back to the top coat and filled it in. And the reason why I did this was because this sparkle almost created a dip into the top coat, and I didn't like the way that that looked, so I went in to fill it out. And this top coat, which is the Seche Vite top coat, kind of evens itself out, so it really just made it really smooth. So that was my super easy negative nail art tutorial. If you want to see any more negative nail art tutorials, definitely let me know your requests in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe so you can see all my upcoming nail tutorials. Thanks so much for watching and stay tuned.